How will St. Justin Academy be distinctly Orthodox? Well, as you can see, I am not clergy, nor will I ever be. And I also consider myself a zygote in the ancient faith. I don't think any of us would claim to be experts or theologians by any stretch of the imagination. But we see so many beautiful ways to bring into the school day the faith that we're walking out together in the church. So I'll give you an example. In the first week of school, I think, we will be reading A Tree is Nice. And we'll learn all about trees. And one thing about classical education that's really beautiful is that we kind of look at things, a topic, and we see how it connects to all the world around us. So we look at, first and foremost, what does this tell us about our Maker and our Lord and Master and what He taught us? What does this show us about deep realities? We look at how a topic might have something to do with mathematical issues or geography, or where we see it in history, or what the science involved is, or where we see it in literature, poetry, art, music. It's really fun. So one of the ways that we would approach A Tree is Nice and bring into it some really deep beauties is after we've looked at how trees have branches that reach to the heavens, and the trees have this fabulous process called photosynthesis in the leaves where the food is made and the roots are growing down into the soil and bringing up nutrients, and how there's deciduous trees and coniferous trees, et cetera, et cetera. We'll go on nature walks. Families can do that together, examine leaf shapes, do leaf rubbings, look at the bark of a tree, compare and contrast them, define what kind of tree it is. All kinds of fun stuff can be done. But we'll then go to our hymnography and our iconography, and we will talk about the tree of life and the precious and life-giving cross, and how trees, very simply for little kids, we're not going to get wildly deep, but how trees are a beautiful picture of the incarnation. They're a unification of heaven and earth. The branches reach to the heavens, the roots go deep into the earth. They're drawn together in union, in oneness. A tree is containing both heavenly things and earthly things. And how beautiful that is to remind us. It says all of creation reveals His splendor, right? The heavens declare the glory of God. We'll look at how all of His creation points back to Him and the story of Him drawing us into His likeness and into union with the Most Holy Trinity. So that's one little example. At the same time, we'll be looking at artists who did some beautiful work with trees, and we will, past our iconographers and our iconography of the church, we'll look at other art through the ages, and we'll compare and contrast things. And the children will probably try making some art of their own, either with the medium that was used by the artist we look at, or with the style that they use, or mimicking their artwork in and of itself. So there's lots of beautiful ways that what I just described shows a little taste of how classical education works, but more so the point was to show how we will try to bring into their day what our hymnography says and what our icons teach us in relation to the thing that they were learning about.